Well, welcome. Has anybody here for the very first time as far as our expo goes? Leave your hands up just for a second. All right, excellent. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be informative for those who have your repeat expo experience. This will be a very good refresher for all of you. But again, what we're going to do today is let you know, we're kind of going to go through that guide that you all been handed out when you guys got here. Again, very high level. This is really, anybody done expos before, not ours, but just been in expos, trade shows. Okay, so you're very familiar with it. But the whole idea that we're going to walk you through today is basically kind of the do's and don'ts to ensure that you have a positive expo experience. I know I see multiple people in here who've had booths before. They've been very active, very engaging. And that's the whole thing that we're going to walk you through. How to set up your booth, how to prepare, what's the plan, why are you even doing this? Why are you here? Other than the appetizers and beverages. But we're going to go through this guide to make sure you understand, again, what the do's and don'ts are. This is our 13th annual expo that we're going through this year. And, we've seen a lot of things. We've seen a lot of disasters. We've seen a lot of successes and things kind of in between. So we're going to share some information with you. So just take it, because obviously you're investing into your business through this expo, right? And you want a return on an investment, whether that's making a sale on the spot, whether that's lead generation, that's just building your, getting information from people coming into your booth, and what we always call avoiding the adult trick-or-treaters. Putting a table in front of your booth, having all your swag on there, and our attendees come in with their bags and with the arm, they see you later. You don't want that, because obviously any swag that you're going to be having, again, you're paying for that, right? So you want to leave a lasting impression with these people, whether they're maybe not a customer today, maybe tomorrow, next month, next year, you just don't know. So we'll go through all the ins and do's and don'ts. We'll go through your packet information. There's some other opportunities we'll discuss. And then also we'll pass the microphone around so everybody can stand up and tell us who you are, what business you are. There's a 30-second elevator speech. Because not only you'll have 1,000+ attendees coming through your booth throughout the day, but these are also your customers, potential clients. So there's great opportunity for business to business as well, right? Because as we go through all the information, we're going to have a continental breakfast before the doors open. So there'll be close to 100 exhibitors all right there to meet. We'll have our after hours party at the end of the day from 3 to 4:30, where we have some hors d'oeuvres and some, again, adult beverages. I don't want you to think we're a drinking group, but you want to make sure after a long day on your feet, I'm sure you want to unwind and relax with a soft drink or wine or a little beer, whatever you like, water. But again, that's another opportunity to circle back and make some great connections business to business. Because sometimes you might not be able to get away or walk away from your booth throughout the day. But there will be chamber staff there. So if you just have to get to that bathroom or you need something to drink or whatever, you can be more than free just to track us down, and we can stand at your booth and man it while you're doing what you got to take care of business. So a lot of good things. This is a great experience. It's one of my favorite events that we do, because it's a great way to showcase your business to our community. We'll have a great ad campaign that we do through the Daily Sun, probably up to 2 weeks up to the event. So we will promote it heavily, inviting the public to come. And I would ask the same thing of you. In that packet, once we go through it, there's some advertising posters and things you can do that you can put at your office, at your counter, in your window, and also share it and promote it on your social media platforms. Because the more people we have come in this place, the better off everybody's going to be, and the happier everybody's going to be. Last couple of years, we've had some great attendance, high energy, and that's what we're looking for. Because it's about putting your business, your products and your services in front of the public eye. And this is a great opportunity to do it. So as we talk about this, And as Mark goes through all the tips and how to plan, how to prepare, and do all that type of thing, take it seriously. Because, again, you're investing into your business. And we don't want you to waste your time. We don't want you to have an unpleasant experience. And it's really all about how you create and design and how engaging your booth is going to be. So, although this man does not need any introduction, I will introduce him as well. The chair of the Business Expo for part of the past 12 years, because this is our 13th year, is Mr. Mark Martella of Martella Law Firm. Mark has been one of our chamber champions who I have no qualms whatsoever to introduce him that way. He is a past board president. He is a Leadership Charlotte graduate. He is a Leadership Charlotte Hall of Fame recipient. And most recently, he is now the Pacesetter Award recipient of 2023. And he is a man. He's a good friend, good community partner. He's a great chamber partner. This is why I call him a chamber champion, because he does it all. And he's not only very successful through his businesses, he just puts his love and his heart into this organization. And we just, you can't put a price on that. So Mark, I thank you. Our chair, Mr. Mark Martella.
I'm going to use the mic just because I've already been talking all day and I feel my voice going a little bit. Hopefully they put batteries in. There we go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Mark Martella with the Martella Law Firm. First of all, I want to congratulate you for making the effort to come here tonight to help make your day at the Expo hopefully one of your most successful days of the year. Just a little bit of background on the Expo and my involvement with it. Before we used to do what a lot of chambers do. We do a business expo, big tabletop thing. We do it for a couple of hours one evening. And that's what I was used to. And then when I was president, I was approached by this couple, Rob and Kate Oliver, about doing this all-day expo. And I was thinking, who's going to spend all day and pay, what we were charging $25. Is somebody going to pay, $300 to be there? But they were really good salesmen. They had success before, and they had proven their abilities in some of the things that they were doing with the chamber. So I figured, let's go for it. Well, I'm really shocked to say 13 years later, here we are. So it's been very successful. Probably one of the most well-known things that we do now as far as getting out to the public and giving you the opportunity to get out to the public for people you may never have met before. So the one thing I want to say is this should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. It's a fun day. I like to think of it as our Super Bowl. Being a Jets fan, it's the closest I'm ever going to get to a Super Bowl is this event. But it's sort of like our Super Bowl because for one day, you get to meet hopefully almost 1,000 people. And just meeting your fellow exhibitors is priceless because we give you an opportunity to meet them in the morning when we have breakfast. And then after hours is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun there. We've had relationships result from this event, so you never know what's going to happen. But number one key is to have fun. And so what I'm going to share with you is really good tips on how to make the day successful. Now, I know Bob asked who has or whose first time this is. By show of hands, who's done this before? So everybody who hasn't done it before, look at the hands, keep your hands up. These are people to use as resources. If you have questions, you want to get tips, get ideas. Because I can tell you, when I was approached about this, I was like, okay, great, we'll do this, but I'm an attorney. What the heck do we do? I had no idea what to do. And so over the years, I've tried a whole bunch of different things, but it's been very successful for me. So if I can do it, and my practice has changed tremendously. Again, we're talking 13 years. 13 years ago, I was a bankruptcy attorney, foreclosure defense attorney. That's the economy. Now I just do estate planning and probate. So I've changed over the years, and I've changed how I approach the expo as well, and I'll share that with you. But probably one of the most important things is first to establish some goals. What do we want to achieve out of here? Do we want to get names to create a list? It depends upon your business, what you may want to do. Do we want to build the list? Do we want specific people who really want our product, and how are we going to do that? As opposed to just getting 100 names in a jar that may have no interest, but they like our giveaway. So you need to focus on that. Again, some people may just want a bunch of names, and that's good for their business. If you're selling something like cars, okay, everybody needs a car. The more names you get, the better. But if you have more of a niche business, maybe we want just people who may be interested in that particular product. So think about your goals. Is it a number of people, number of new contacts, number of new clients? Again, we want some return on investment. So that first day, you may do some business with somebody on that day. More likely, it's going to be on the follow-up. And we'll talk about how important the follow-up is from those names that you gather. But establish those goals. Sit down, figure it out, put it on a board. Here's what we want to do. We want X number of new names. We want X number of leads. And then we're going to follow up on that. Other big thing, send the right people to the expo. You want people that smile, that are generally happy and upbeat. You don't want grumpy people there. You don't want somebody sitting there behind the table with their arms crossed or on their phone. That doesn't work. And you're just wasting your time and your money. Put people who are gregarious, friendly, engaging. That's what you want. You want to engage. You do not want to sit behind the table. We'll talk about setting your booth up. Other thing we're talking about, and again, I'm so happy that you're here today, because the big thing is preparing, getting ready for it. And you can't do it the night before. You got to start preparing today. What do you want to give away? What informational brochures do you want to give away? What do you want to sell that day? Again, you may have multiple products. You may want to just focus on one particular product. Do you have a new product that you're offering? Again, I would always pick one area of my practice to focus on for that day and promote that. Obviously, somebody comes up to you. Again, for me, everybody wants free legal advice and asks questions. I'm happy to give it. Half the time they ask me stuff I don't know about, divorce or personal injury, but kind of offer that advice. But think about that. Do we have a new product we want to promote? Do we have a particular area that maybe is not doing as well as we want? We want to promote that. Or do we want to focus on something that we're really doing well? Again, it's part of planning, how you want to do that. So when you're preparing, think about how you want to set up your booth. Don't make the mistake I made and had the wrong measurements for the booth. I found that out after I attempted to set up, that my stuff was too big. But think about that. Make a list, have a checklist, so that when you're packing up from your office and come over, you have everything. Here's a big key. You really should, or almost say must, set up the night before. It's going to be open the day before. What are the hours? 3 to 6. Block that out on your calendar when you go back to your office. That's when you want to set up, because that's when you figure out if you have any problems. You figure out where the plugs are, if you need power or whatever other issues. 2 years in a row, hopefully it's not going to happen this year. There's this big power box in the middle of my station. So you just want to figure those things out. Your giveaway materials. You just don't want to have something that doesn't provide any value. If you can create something, think about your business. The 3 biggest questions people ask before they buy X. So that's going to have value. So it's going to catch somebody's attention. That's more likely something that they're going to read versus just your logo and your picture and your phone number. Who cares? Give them something of value. So the questions, the 3 biggest mistakes people make before they purchase windows or before they put a new roof on or whatever your particular thing is. It just has to be a 1-page thing. Again, you'll have your logo on it, but something to catch their attention. Also, with your booth set up, think about that as well. How are we going to attract them? What I do is do a question to get the story that may be going on their mind. Do they need an estate plan? Have you thought about what's going to happen if you're in an accident? What's going to happen to your kids? Something that will catch their attention that maybe they'll want to come over and talk to you about. Again, my banner is going to attract people who want an estate plan. And then they'll come over and ask questions. Oh, I was thinking about that. Or can you tell me about a trust? And that's how you start the engagement. So think about your content, your giveaway materials. Make sure they have some value. Again, you're going to have pens and all that type of stuff. But if you have some sort of flyer that's different, again, you want to set yourself apart from your competition. How are you going to set themselves apart so that hopefully they're going to give you a call when you or after the meeting. As far as appearance, if that's if you have your own shirts and stuff, they're all set up. Have everybody look the same so they know they're with your team. Depending on we don't really have shirts, but I'm going to use the Sugar Skull theme. I have my tie here, and that's going to be my theme for my booth. Again, Day of the Dead, I do estate planning, so it kind of fits hand in hand. But think about that, how you can have everybody look the same. Again, so going back to your booth setup, think of a theme. There's been so many great booths, and I always go back to Drew and Marion Denby, who had a cleaning company. They did things with balloons that were amazing stuff. So, and balloons are relatively inexpensive way to draw a lot of attraction. But think about how you're going to have a theme. It could be in connection with your giveaway. Sometimes people do wheels and stuff, but you can be real creative with that. And again, worst thing I hate is when I'm walking around is just seeing a table and people sitting behind it. And Bob too will agree, and anybody who's been there. We like to be a different type of expo. We want you to have that engagement. So in my booth in particular, my table's already all the way in the back. I'll have some of my giveaways and stuff, but myself and my paralegal will be out front and just talking to people. I always like to have a booth on the corner, so I'm getting two areas of traffic. Just be there to talk, be friendly, say hello to people. They may say hello back, they may not, so what? But you want to engage, and then you never know what's going to come from that. Versus somebody just sitting there, not open, and looking at their phone. People are just walking by, and you're losing that opportunity. That's why it's so important to have the right people there. It really is. And if you're the owner and you're not friendly, then find somebody in your office who is, that can engage. Just because you're the owner doesn't mean you're a good salesman. Again, something that's attractive, that's going to attract the people there. Be creative, decorate, be colorful. And you can even use some of the stuff from your own office, your office decorations. I think it was the first year or second year, I had a client that had a furniture company. So I did a cross promotion with him. I said, hey, if you will bring the furniture over, I'll let you put a sign up. So I had like an office set up in my booth with nice bookcases and a desk and chairs and set up. Didn't cost me anything. He got promotion, and it was a different look. So think about that stuff. So you're not spending extra money. If you have some stuff from your office that you can bring, if you want to create a little sitting area to sit and meet with people, but not the table. Again, like I said, my table's in the back. That's it, and we're going to engage. The clerk's office does an amazing job each year. If you can go back and look at some pictures of the different exhibitors, you'll be able to pick out the good ones from the not so good ones, and get some ideas. So the giveaways, you could have your bowls of candy and stuff, but that should have a purpose to it. Again, we have the what we like to call the trick-or-treaters. So if you put out, I've seen people do it, just like Bob said, put out 20 pens, somebody will come and grab all 20 and throw them in their bag. So learn not to do that. You put a few out so that you limit your possible damages. But so when it comes to giveaways, think about what your purpose is. If we just want to gather names, and so people give away TVs, people give away baskets of wine, people give away Keurigs. Those are all good if you want to just gather names. But what I've learned over the years, and what I like to do, is I like to have a purpose with my giveaway. and I've changed it to something related to my service. So basically my giveaway is going to be a free estate plan for an individual, a free will estate plan for an individual that has a value of $1,250. So I know that anybody who enters is looking for an estate plan. So if I get 20 entries, one's going to get a free estate plan. And I have 19 hot prospects, right, that I will now follow up with. I will send them a free special report about the 5 biggest mistakes people make in not having an estate plan, and then send them an email. So, if I get 5 more from them, that's a huge win for me, especially if they're a couple. So if I'm doing a trust, what I'm giving away is a will package for one person for $1,250. If they're married, well, they get a credit for $1,250 towards the trust package, which is $2,750. So I'm still making money on them. So think about that. If you're selling windows, maybe your giveaway is 3 free windows. But if you get 20 people, again, entering that, now you have 19 hot prospects for your windows or for whatever product you're selling. So think about that. Have a purpose with that giveaway, just not giving something away, unless, like I said, you're a car salesman and you're just looking to get cards and names to build your list because you're going to drip on them forever and ever and ever because they're going to buy a car in 4 or 5 years. So think about your purpose. Make sure you have your informational things there that you want people to have. But when we're having that informational stuff, I always like it to have a purpose, to have some value. Yeah, you'll have your business card so that they can get in touch with you. But if you have something of value that gives them tips on something, if you're a pest control company, 5 things to do to prevent termites. Those are the type of things that are going to give you an opportunity, A, to maybe engage them in a conversation, and B, you want to promote yourself as the expert in your field. And so if you're giving away expert information, you're setting yourself apart from the competition. So just some ideas on what to do. Again, obvious stuff, you need to have your logos on things. And again, you can give away a snack. I don't know if...
No more than 3 ounces.
No more than 3 ounces. Are we having any food preparer, restaurants or anything going to be there this time? Do we know? Like Chick-fil-A? Okay. But sometimes a restaurant or something there. And again, you give away a 3 ounce thing. If that's your business or your thing, your caterer or something. And then, again, some of the other things, if you want to be interactive, like I said, so many people do a wheel, so many people, you can guess how many jelly beans are in a jar. And again, just do a Google search on contests for expos or conventions. There's a ton of stuff out there. Do a little putting contest or something. But again, that engages people. So on the day of the expo, again, I kind of talked about this. The biggest thing is, if you want to have results, and that's what we're talking about, how are you going to get results? You have to be engaging. You have to be in front of your table, or not even have a table. Be interactive, be friendly, say hello to people. Somebody's going to talk to you, and if somebody's really interested, they see what your product is, you open up the door, that's going to start the conversation. Because you'll see people looking at your signs, and they may be shy or just not want to engage. So you just do a friendly hello. If they just say hello back, fine, let them go. But you need to start that that engagement. We already talked about collecting information. The other thing is, don't go into some sort of hard sell of whatever your product is. You just want to engage with them. Try to develop a little bit of a rapport with them. If they ask you questions about something, CD rates are pretty good right now. So, you're at a bank, if you're a banker and they're talking about, making money, you could, mention that, but don't open up with, hey, come buy my CD. I just got a phone call today because of rates. So that's why I remembered it. But again, don't sell. You just want to engage and see what their interest is. Always ask questions, right? Listen twice as much as you talk. That's one of the keys to learning what your prospective client wants. Now, again, we're kind of all in this together. We have different businesses, or even if there may be some people with the same business, but what we want to do is get as many people here as possible. So in the days leading up, start posting on social media that, hey, we're going to be at the event center, come down and see us from 10 to 3, and then the day of the event, post pictures, post videos. The more people, the more engagement we can have, the better for all of us. Again, we're in this together. Now, for all of you who love to be on the radio, you're also going to have an opportunity to speak on the radio. How many people want to speak on the radio? So you're going to have that opportunity. So think about what you want to say on the radio. It's fun. They make it very easy for you. They'll ask you questions. But again, it's a great opportunity. You can start telling people, hey, listen to the radio. What station is WCCF 1580? I should know that since I was on there. But so again, another opportunity to promote yourselves. But really, use the social media. Start posting stuff, especially the week before. Let people know you're there. Come down and see me. Say hi. And if you can promote your giveaway. Hey, you need new windows. You need new carpeting. Come on down and get a chance to win something. Again, one of the best opportunities is an opportunity like tonight. So when we're done doing this presentation, you're going to have the opportunity to interact with each other, have a little food and drink. Again, I encourage anybody who's new, first time doing this, talk to the people who have done it before. Get some tips. Like I said, I've done some good things. I've done some really bad things that didn't work. But the one thing is, you're going to have fun. And you have to go in there with that attitude. You're going to get up early, get set up, spend the whole day there, and then really the best part is afterwards. You spent the day together, getting to know each other, and then we shut things down and we have some drinks, some food, just get a chance to relax before we break down and leave. But it's a great way to start building relationships. And for those of you who have done it before, or those new people, I know I always look forward to seeing people that I may not see any other time of the year. Certain exhibitors that either our paths don't cross. We have over 1,200 members, but we don't see 1,200 members at every meeting. So this is an opportunity to see some of the same people and have some fun with them. And again, I can't emphasize the importance of having fun and taking the advantage of everyone that's going to be there that day, as well as things like tonight. Think about if you want to give something special to the exhibitors, beforehand. So when you come in and set up that morning, do you want to give something special to each exhibitor, some special offer? Hey, just because you're a fellow exhibitor, we're giving you 20% off X as long as you act by the end of the month. You may want them to act before the end of the expo, depending upon what it is. But again, another opportunity to sell, another opportunity to introduce yourself to somebody. Think about ways to be creative. And the biggest key that so many people fail to do is the follow-up afterwards. So we put all this effort in creating some sort of giveaway. We've gathered all of these names. We have a stack of 200 cards. We put them on the desk, and we're going to have Mary send something out, and then we get back into the grind of work, and then it's July, and we say, oh, we still have these cards here. You missed the opportunity. It's too late. You want to act very quickly. And if you're doing a giveaway, like I said, and set it up for something specific that you're selling, that they wanted because they wanted it for free, those are real hot prospects. So you want to follow up on them very, very quickly. And the other thing is, again, which you, I'm sure, are already doing in your business, is measuring the results of this. Try to track as best you can the customers that you got from this day. Obviously, if you engage them on that day, and we know that happens. People make money on that day, but depending upon your business, like my business, I'm not going to make money that day. It's going to be in the follow-up and giving them the consultations and then doing the documents. So it's going to be 3 to 6 months down the road that I see my return on investment, but I track it and I know. And really, because of the value of a client, if I get two clients, it's been a great day for me. But generally, I'm probably getting 5 or 6 clients. So that's why I like it too. Like the day I get to have fun and make a couple of dollars as well. So it's a great day. So you want to measure your return on investment. And then, again, I can't emphasize enough, at the end of the day is the funnest part. Hang out with us, have some fun, have some drinks, have some food. Again, it's another opportunity to interact with your fellow exhibitors, or fellow chamber members. It's the most unique thing, because it's not like an after-hours party where you may not, you're only there for maybe an hour and only get an opportunity to talk to a few people. Here, you're going to get to talk to probably over 100 people of your co-members of the chamber, and just engage with them and have fun. And so I get disappointed when I see people just pack up and leave. And obviously you have kids and stuff some people have to do, but trying to make arrangements for that. And other times at the end, we have to throw people out because they're hanging out and having fun, but event center is starting to set up for the next event. It's just a really great opportunity. Before I turn this over to Bob, any questions of me? Okay, so everyone's going to have fun, have a successful day. And again, I'll be hanging out here. If you think of any questions, or as you're getting set up, you have questions, just shoot me an email. Again, I'm Mark Martella. It's mark@martellalaw.com. All my information is on the chamber website. And I'm more than happy to help you out. Again, the day of the event, if you need help, look for one of the chamber people, even myself. So you're going to hear me. You're going to be tired of my voice for the new people, because you're going to hear me all day making announcements and pushing things along. I'm the MC as well on that day. But on that day, again, whatever you need, come and see us. We want you to have a successful day. Whether you're having issues with power, you need somebody to cover your booth while you have to do something, let us know. We're more than happy to help you.